Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Dazzie's Comic Book Hauls episode 95, approaching the big 100. And Dazzie's back out hunting in full force. A couple of weeks ago it was Worcester, then last week it was Bristol. And this haul comes from Bristol. I hit up quite a few shops down there on my adventure, which was last Friday. Some pretty cool keys. And I didn't spend too much on the books. A lot of speculation as always. And one pretty cool book I picked up from eBay this time around. Let's get into the books. And I'm going to start with a book that I listed actually on my eBay page recently. And it wasn't a key. And then overnight it became a key. And I've ended up just selling it. I think it went for £8.50 in the end. Now there is of course, Matt Reeves' Batman film coming with Robert Pattinson in the lead role as Batman. And from that we've got news of a spin-off series that is coming to television and HBO Max, I believe. And it is going to be based on this comic by all accounts. So I'm a little bit annoyed now that it looks like I'm going to have to find myself another copy. But I suppose it's all coin in the end of the day. The book in question, Gotham Central. This is a book that I've had for some time. Didn't pay a lot for it. So I suppose to get £8.50 for it, not a bad little profit. Just thought I'd show that one because that book is pretty hot right now. There's talk that is going to be based on the series, but I don't think it is going to be called Gotham Central, the TV show. So let's get into the books that I picked up. Like I say, I hit up various shops. I went to Forbidden Planet. I went to Excelsior Comics. I went to my good old Oxfam charity shop. I went to 8-Bit Planet and I went to Area 51. Trust me, when I go to Bristol, I hit them all. It's always been a good little gold mine for me. And the first book I picked up for £1.50, a second copy, just to stock up on the eBay, is Totally Awesome Hulk, issue number 3. And this is the first appearance of Kid Kaiju. It's usually around about a £10 book, so for £1.50, couldn't complain. And then in the charity shop whilst down there, saw this for £2.99. They had Amazing Spider-Man, issue 550. And this is the first appearance of Menace, aka Lily Hollister. And Menace, by all accounts, is rumoured to be the villain in the Sonyverse Jackpot movie down the line. I think I've got 3 copies of this now. And the other book, like I say, I paid £2.99 for 2 books, was the second appearance of Menace, The Amazing Spider-Man 551. And again, 550 in particular can go for 10, 15 on a good day. In Excelsior Comics, I only picked up 2 books down there, but one of them was a second copy of a book that has recently been optioned. And that was The Spire from Boom Studios. Of course, Boom has just set up a deal with Netflix. And basically The Spire is, as the new Baroness of the Spire is about to be sworn in, a string of grisly murders occurs, prompting the commander of the City Watch to quickly bring the killer to justice. Now, this book was nominated for an Eisner Award for the Best Limited Series in 2016. There are just 9,524 copies of this, and this is the regular cover A. It was optioned in February of this year by Blue Ice Pictures. Again, a £10 to £15 book. Couldn't leave it there for £2.50. So I went to 8-Bit Planet, which is like a gaming, more so a gaming shop, you know, console games, tabletop gaming, like Dungeons and Dragons, things like that. But they do have a few long boxes, and I've done very well over the years down there. I remember picking up a God Country #1 for about £2, I think, amongst many other keys I've picked up. But this time I picked up 3 books for a £5. I picked up X-Men issue 283. Of course, we all know this is the first full appearance of Bishop from the X-Men Days of Future Past movie. Probably one of my favourite X-Men movies. Then we picked up another copy of an upgrade of A Next, and this is issue number 4. This book goes for surprisingly 10 to 12 quid, and it is the first appearance of the American Dream, who is Shannon Carter, and I believe Shannon Carter is returning for the Captain America and the Winter Soldier TV show. And we've also got the first appearance of the Coal Tiger and the Dream Team, who were Freebooter, Crimson Curse, Blue Streak. A few other minor appearances in there as well. But the reason I picked up this £5 lot was a second copy of this Action Comics issue number 9, a lovely upgrade on my first copy. And this is the second appearance and origin of Superman, Calvin Ellis, and he's the Superman of Earth 23. And I've said it before, Michael B. Jordan is rumoured to be playing Calvin Ellis sometime down the line in the DC cinematic universe. Personally, I don't see it. I was telling my friends I was not going to pick this book up because Henry Cavill's just signed a big deal to appear in multiple DC movies, and I'm glad about that. I like him as Superman. Don't get me wrong, I like Michael B. Jordan, the actor. Love him as Creed, but I think that's going to be a long way off Calvin Ellis. But I can play the game. I'll keep one, and I've put one up for sale. Again, this is a £15 to £20 book now on a good day. So to pick that up for effectively £1.67, can't go wrong. And then, like I say, Area 51, I've only started going there in the last few months. I started going there just before lockdown, and I ventured back again this time round. It's a bit out of the way of city centre, about a 10-minute drive, but worth going. I picked up some good stuff in the past. I picked up 4 books in a little mini pack for $2.99. And I couldn't say no, just for the first issue alone. That is Ghost Rider, issue number 1 from 2011. This is the first appearance of the Ghost Rider, who is Alejandra Jones. And that is the female Ghost Rider. And Alejandra Jones is rumoured to be appearing in the Blade movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So along with issue 1, I picked up issue number 2, which is this one. They got some nice covers. I've read the issue as well. Issue number 1, not a bad read. Issue number 3 and issue number 4. I've just listed this on my eBay, and I think I've found 3 or 4 copies of that Ghost Rider book, and it goes for 10 to 15. A second copy now from Forbidden Planet, from Area 51, and this was £1.50. This is Marvel Point 1. This is, of course, the first appearance of the Nova, who is Sam Alexander. And Nova is coming to the MCU. It's just a matter of time whether we get Richard Rider, whether we get Frankie Ray, Sam Alexander. My money's on Richard Rider, but this book, again, is pretty hot. I've listed it. I've got a bid, and you know, it goes for 10 plus, so a nice little book for £1.50. Back to the charity shop, and now this one's low grade, but the charity shop is good. It's 99p a book, guys. You can't go wrong. And for 99p, I picked up a low grade copy of Iron Man 304. You know, these aren't books I'm going to get graded, so I don't mind having a low grade copy. And of course, this is the first appearance of Iron Man's Hulkbuster armour, where he challenges the Hulk. And of course, that happened in the Age of Ultron movie, and was most recently worn by Bruce Banner in the Infinity War movie. So for 99p, again, on a good day, this is a £20 to £25 book. Back to Area 51. And for 50p, couldn't go wrong for 50p, for another recently optioned independent book from Boom Studios. This time, Grass Kings, issue number 1. Love it. I'm not going to say no. Again, online, 10 to 15 quid. This is the first issue in a 15-issue rural mystery following 3 brothers who rule their own trailer park kingdom. Now, this was optioned in October of 2019 by Legendary. And this is the regular cover A. 50p, can't go wrong. And then, you know, the problem with Area 51, they got great books, but they have stickers on almost all of the front covers. And of course, you're talking 80s and prior books from the 70s and that. You can't get them off without damage. I took a gamble with this book, and the sticker actually came off a treat. This is from 1989, and this is a pretty hot book at the moment, £10 to £20 range. For £1.50, I picked up Sandman, issue number 10. Now, what's hot about this, you may ask? This is the first appearance of the Corinthian, a nightmare with teeth for eyes that escaped into our reality. Now, he is going to be the main villain in the upcoming Sandman TV show. Again, online, £15 book. Can't go wrong for £1.50. Got the old hairdryer on the sticker, and it came off a treat. So I went to Forbidden Planet, and the reason I like to go there, I don't buy new books, as you know, but they usually have multi-packs, blind bags, as you may say, £2 for 4 or 5 comics. But with the corona, they weren't there, and my heart sank, because that was the main reason I went there, because you can make some real good profit, and you can find some good keys in there. I remember finding was it Paper Girls? There was loads of Paper Girls number ones in there for 50p. There was I found The Rift number 1. That was a £20 book at one point. Numerous books. Bitter Root, I think I found there for 50p. But one book did catch my eye, really, because it is a £15 to £20 book currently. Now, this book is not without its issues. There is a corner crunch. It is not colour breaking. If this book ever got to 3 figures, I would get it pressed and I would get it graded. But I can't see it happening. It's, you know, it was going to be £3.50. I moaned, there's a corner crunch. So they let me have it for £2.99. It was the last one in the shop. What did I pick up? A new book. Yeah, believe it or not. I picked up, I can't believe I even bought it. Marvel Action Adventures, issue number 10. Yeah, I succumb, guys. This is the first appearance of the Yellow Hawk, an agent of AIM. Now, this is the regular John Samariva cover. And, yeah, £2.99. That's as much as I'd pay for one of these kind of books. But it's a £20 book, like I say. And, I don't know, stick it away in the PC, see what happens. But I don't think that is the first appearance of the Yellow Hawk, because I believe he appeared in a What If book from the 80s. I'm maybe mistaken. So back to the Oxfam charity shop. Star Wars is all the rage at the moment. And I've got a few Star Wars books to finish up with, guys, from my little haul adventure. First up, I picked up Star Wars Adventures issue number 1 for 99p. This is the cover A. This goes from about £6 to £10. So for 99p, can't say no. That comes from IDW, as did the Marvel Action Adventures, actually, which is interesting. Back to Excelsior Comics, and I picked up a second copy for this. This is a long-term hold for me. I bought one recently for about £6, and I paid £3.50 for this. And it's a movie adaptation, but the reason I believe in this book is because we are getting a Cassian Andor and K2SO show on the Disney Plus. They are about to start filming, by all accounts. And it's a strange character, I believe, to be given his own show, Cassian Andor. He was okay, but the film was fantastic. The book I picked up was Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Guys, if you haven't picked up a cheap copy of this, do so, because I believe that when the Cassian Andor and K2SO show comes out, this book could get pretty pricey. And the movie adaptation, this one is the first appearance of K2SO and Cassian Andor. And for me, the best of the latest batch of Star Wars films. Rogue One was fantastic. Issue 3 is the first appearance of director Krennic, the villain. Then I was looking through some of my older Star Wars books from my collection, and I dug out 3 just to show off, because they've got some first appearances on it. They were in the CBSI Star Wars first appearances. We've got Star Wars Republic issue 79, a whole host of first appearances in this one. This is a book I've had since about 2010, a long time ago. This is the first appearance of Bagor Sadat, Bomo Greenbark, Kai Hudora and Root Rock. I was gifted that as a Christmas present from my brother-in-law. Along with this one, issue 81. And this is the first appearance of Chak. Can't tell you too much. I've not even read them as yet. And another book I've had for the longest time, one of the oldest books in my collection. When I wasn't a comic collector, I picked this up because I like Star Wars. This is Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, issue number 1. I've got, I think it's all 4 issues of that. And this is the first appearance of Arca Jeth, Kay Quell Drama, Nomi Sunrider in canon. That name rings a bell. The first appearance of Tot Danetta and Ulik Quell Drama. And then 3 more books I picked up on my little adventure. This was a lovely find for 99p. You cannot go wrong with charity shops, guys. This was Star Wars Adventures, issue number 6. The legendary character. That is the first appearance of Rose Tico. Yeah, Rose Tico in comics. Now, don't get me wrong. I was not a fan of the character in the Star Wars Last Jedi. And I guess the director, J.J. Abrams, took that to heart because she barely appeared in The Rise of Skywalker. But I don't think the character... She was really insulted and abused on Instagram and Twitter and things like that. And I don't believe in that. At the end of the day, the actress gave her best performance of what she could. You know, let's be honest. Last Jedi script was shocking. So... You know, it's a character I wouldn't overpay for, but to find it for 99p, and of course Rose Tico was in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. There's a nice Derek Charm cover. Again, a £15 book. My sole eBay purchase this time round. If you've watched one of my latest news bulletins, I talked about The Bad Batch, yet the animated show. We are getting more Clone Wars, as you could say, adventures, and the Bad Batch were fantastic in the premiere of the final season of the Clone Wars. So, what book did I get? Well, I've been specking on this book for a long time because I believe this character is going to make a live action appearance. I loved him in the Clone Wars. He was only in 2 episodes. It is a character that is rumoured to be appearing in the Bad Batch. So returning to the animated, but I do think we'll see him in Disney Plus because, believe it or not, this is a character that appeared in The Phantom Menace, and it was just like a background shot on Tatooine when Qui-Gon Jinn was there with Anakin and everything. So look out for the first appearance of the character. The book I picked up for $4.99 was Star Wars issue 17 from Dark Horse. And this is the first appearance of the Jedi Master, Quinlan Vos. Quinlan Vos. Now, this book has really blown up. You know, I'm seeing copies now at 40, 45, 50 pounds, which is a little bit silly. But I paid $4.99. It's mid-grade. And to be fair, some of the pages were even stuck together, so I don't know what was happening there. But I've managed to prize them apart, and it's not a bad copy for $4.99. Again, it's a book I'm not going to get graded. I picked up another issue, I think it was 21 or something like that. I picked up the first Aya Sakura as well. This is a good little series, this Dark Horse run. And issue 13 is the first appearance of Yaddle. That is high on my priority, the female Yoda. Because who knows, we might see Yaddle on The Mandalorian. I got a feeling they're going to go to the Yoda planet, so who knows. Good little spec book that though. And my final book, the most I paid on my little Bristol adventure, was £5. I picked up issue number 1 recently of the very first Star Wars series, a graded 5.5. That was enough for me, but I intend to pick up as many of these early issues as I can for a decent price, particularly when it's a key. And I think this book is criminally undervalued. The book I picked up for £5 was Star Wars issue 43, an iconic cover, and the first appearance of the legend. That is Lando Calrissian. Yeah. So for £5, not a bad little pickup. Of course, he appeared in The Rise of Skywalker lately, in his latest appearance. And there is talk that the guy who played him in the Solo movie may be reprising his role later down the line. So it'd be good to see more Lando. And that is my haul, guys. A lot of Star Wars keys. May I just say, let's pick that up a little bit. But if you like what you see, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Ding that bell. Just give the thumbs up. Give me a bit of support. When I get to 900, I will do a competition. And I've got a lot of good books. There's my sponsors, Superman, and one of my original Star Wars figures, Chewie. I'm going to be doing a haul. Well, not a haul as such, but I'm going to be showcasing my Star Wars collection, and I've got a good one very, very soon. Bye for now.